on this investigation to hopefully come to a successful prosecution of anyone that's involved.
All right, so this was the cell phone call from the bathroom of the presumed doomed plane, is that correct?
I do not know for sure where it came from, but I've heard that, and I cannot, agree or deny on that particular location.
Okay, what details can you give about what they said in this 911 call?
The plane was being hijacked. We got the caller's name and phone number, the call, the cell phone that he was calling from, and we were able to notify the FAA immediately following that so that we can have them, pursue their
investigation.
Method of investigation.
How soon after you got that telephone call at 9:58 did the plane in fact crash?
That I don't have that information available to me. Again, that happened in Somerset County, which is our neighboring county. I've heard speculation that it's been, a few, maybe 10, 15 minutes after.
Dan, did you hear this tape yourself?
I'm sorry?
Have you heard this tape yourself?
I have.
What was your reaction to it, Dan?
My reaction to the whole situation is the same as I'm sure every person in the United States is shocked that anything like that could happen to us.
Dan Stevens, thank you very much for joining us, Public Information Officer from Westmoreland, Pennsylvania. All right, let's check in with Mike Gilliam. He is in the newsroom. He has some additional details for us this afternoon. Mike.
Okay, Harry. Here at the update desk, we're getting more information on schools at this point. As far as the Catholic schools are concerned, some schools are being closed tomorrow, Wednesday, as New York City recovers from this terrorist attack. The New York Archdiocese says that all of its schools are being closed for tomorrow. Now, spokesman Joseph Zwilling says the schools outside of Manhattan, the Bronx, and Staten Island will reopen on Thursday, but the others will remain closed, and that they will take their cue from the city and state government on that. Also, the Brooklyn Center of Long Island University is canceling classes for tomorrow, and all non-essential employees at LIU are being told to stay home from that Brooklyn campus. Now, as far as the city schools are concerned, you might want to grab a paper and a pen. All the schools are staying open late tonight. We want to make sure that all the children and students are able to get home safely. They have made special arrangements for students who ride buses. None of those students will be left off at any bus stop unless, in fact, there is a guardian or a parent waiting there for them. So all of those children will be taken to their bus stops. If there's no one waiting, they'll be taken back to the schools. The schools are staying open late. And a decision on whether or not there will be school in the city schools tomorrow will come after a consultation with the governor and the mayor. Now, for more information on where city students might be, you can contact the Board of Education's website. That is www.nycenet.edu. That's www.nycenet.edu. Now, transportation. As far as the Port Authority is concerned, they have a number that you can call for information. That number is 212-435-7000. That number again is 212-435-7000 to find out about their trains. And New York City Transit, the subways, they are also using a web site that is www.nyct.com. www.nyct.com, or the public can call 718-330-1234. That's 718-330-1234. Now, bus service, there apparently is no bus service running south of Houston Street, no express bus service at all, and all others are running on a schedule with a lot of traffic delays. The LIWR tells us that they are only running trains eastbound from Penn Station. The trains will only leave when they are fully loaded and will make local stops. So the LIRRs going eastbound will only leave from Penn Station, and they will only leave when those train cars are fully loaded, and they will only make local stops. As far as hotels are concerned, the Visitors and Convention Bureau has set up a website as well that they're going to use to link people with hotels. We're told that some hotels are already setting up cots for people, and many of the rooms are taken. To get to that website, you can go www.nycvisit.com. That's www.nycvisit.com. As far as some of the sporting events are concerned, Major League Baseball has canceled all of its schedule. The first time they've done that since D-Day. So that game at Yankee Stadium has been canceled. We'll man the phones. We'll get all the information that we can to you and get it to you as soon as possible. And we'll be here all night. Back to you, Harry.
All right, Mike, thank you very much. If you did not get all of those numbers, be rest assured that we're going to be sharing with you throughout the rest of the afternoon and also the evening. Rosanna?
All right, Harry, we have on the phone with us now Leslie Bourne. She was in the World Trade Center when it happened. Leslie, how are you doing right now? Where are you?
A I'm home right now. Thank God I'm home.
How you doing?
Not too good. Just, I'm still shaken up.
Tell me what happened. Where were you and what you heard and what you felt?
Well, I work on the 19th floor, and I went to the ladies' room, but all of a sudden, the building just shook. And I guess you would say it felt somewhat like an earthquake. I mean, I've never been in an earthquake, but I would assume it felt something like that. And there were about 3 or 4 of us in there, and we just ran back onto the floor where everybody was just panicking, but not real. I guess everybody was in shock because we didn't know where it came from, what was going on, or anything. So all of a sudden, everybody just grabbed their belongings and just raced for the exits. You had like the captains on the floor just telling everybody run down the staircases. And so we got to everyone dispersed on the 16th floor because we didn't know what was going on the floors below, because people started walking back up toward on the 16th floor. But then, like a minute or two later, some of us just started racing down the stairs just to get out of the building. People were panicking, pushing each other, down the stairs, and there was a lot of water running down the stairs and everything like that. So when we got into the lobby, and the Marriott Hotel is between buildings 1 and 2. So we got to the lobby, there was a lot of glass and water, and just outside of the windows, you just see all this debris falling. Still a lot of us not knowing what happened, just knowing we just had to get out of there. And, I looked out of the window, and I saw a body just fall out of nowhere and just hit the pavement. And, the police that was there was just telling people, don't look out the windows, just move, just get out of the building.
Leslie, was there a lot of smoke while you were running? Or?
Well, while I was there, it wasn't too much smoke, no. But
so you could see where you were going?
You could see where we were going, yes, at that time.
Were you in Tower 1 or 2?
1.
And then when you got outside, did you run immediately? Did you stay there and see if you could help anybody, or were you just so panic-stricken you stayed away?
Actually, what happened was when we got into the Marriott, like I said, the Marriott between buildings 1 and 2, when we got into the Marriott, we heard another big boom, and people started running back toward building 1. And we were all dispersed there, and then all of a sudden everybody, I guess the police that were out were just telling everybody, keep going, just run. And we just ran out of the building, ran across the street, and they told us to get as far away from the building as possible. And
did you see the collapse of the building?
No, I did not. As a matter of fact, I was walking away from the building. I was on Essex Street, where you just heard, I guess, the explosion. And, people just started running. Even on Essex Street, people just started running further uptown. It was just, oh, God, so overwhelming.
And then how did you get home, Leslie?
Well, while on Essex Street, I got on a bus that took us to Union Square. From Union Square, I walked to Grand Central, where I can get on Metro North and come home.
So do you know if everybody who worked on your floor, are they okay? Did they get out as well?
I don't know. I spoke to a few of my coworkers, but there's a few people that I haven't heard from. So I'm just hoping and praying that everyone got out safely and are home or somewhere safe. I'm just hoping and praying for that.
I don't blame you. Well, thank you so much, Leslie. Relax as much as you possibly can. We're happy that you're here and you made it out alive, and let's hope the people that you worked with also got out okay.
Thank you very much.
Some amazing stories coming out of this, the reaction of people. They could have been here, they could have been there. They decided not to go back downtown, or they decided that they were going to go downtown. So it's one of those things that you really check fate.
Also, you're in a panic. You almost don't know what you're doing. You're almost, moving on automatic pilot. So I'm sure she's not remembering everything right now, how she got out of the building and how she got home and when she started running.
Sometimes the emotions, I guess, just shut down. Nick Gregory is rejoining us right now. You have done some research as far as the flight paths are concerned, because this is a conversation that we had a little bit earlier this afternoon.
Yes, and what I did was I went down to my office and I picked up one of these flight charts that all